is for me as I'm filming this episode. If it's your first time stopping by, welcome to episode 5 of the Woven Almanac podcast. My name is Dawn. I'm originally from Manchester, and for over 24 years I've been living here in the Netherlands, just on the border of Amsterdam. And did I just say I'm originally from Manchester? I think I did. I'm sorry. Brain fog. I'm of that age. I just 2-3 weeks ago maybe turned 54. I live here with my partner Lawrence, who's from South Africa, and our sons Joshua and William, and our little Jack, our Parsons terrier. Gosh, that was a mouthful. I'm drinking very boring Nescafe coffee today, and I'm hoping we're not going to have camera issues. It's very, very overcast today. It's quite dark. It's grey and miserable. We've had glorious weather. I can't complain because it's not rained for quite a while. But I've got my big ring light just sat behind you. And I've got a load of trucks of workmen in the street in front of me dismantling scaffolding. So I think they've finished now. They're all in the van. I should have been looking up at the window because this ring light is very bright. So I'm hoping it's going to help with the camera aperture, and I'm hoping it's going to help with the lighting. Let's just see. Hopefully many of you are just sat, busy working on something, and you only look up occasionally. So I'm sat a little bit closer to the camera than I normally would do. Where you can find me, I have another channel here on YouTube where I do I film daily, and then every Sunday morning I upload a weekly vlog. So it's just snippets of my day, what I get up to. Living here in the Netherlands, a bit of family life, home stuff, decoration, days out, always a little bit of crafting on that channel. So I'll put a link below, and I'll put timestamps as well. And if I can't put a link to any products I talk about, I'll try to give you enough of a descriptive text that you can go and search for it yourself in whatever country you're from. So yeah, that's Dawn's Days Vlog is my YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. I've not been very active on Instagram lately. I need to get back into that. But that's also at Dawn's Days. I post occasionally on TikTok, that's more vlog kind of stuff. But if you want to have a look, that's also at Dawn's Days. And I'm not going to mention the Facebook group because I think it's almost dead. So we're just going to park that. So what have I been up to since I last spoke to you? Well, what I'm doing at the moment, if it is your first time stopping by, I'm currently joining in the MKAL, the mystery knit along by Locatelli, and it's the One Love Shawl, I think it's called. And I was kindly gifted the pattern for my birthday off my lovely friend Karen, and every week you get a new clue or a new part of the pattern. It runs for 4 weeks. So I thought, well, I'll just come on every week and I'll show you my progress, talk a little bit about, what I have to say about the pattern. And, many of you in last week's episode have been sharing in the comments what your experience. Quite a few people frogging things, getting a bit irritated, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, so normally I only film a podcast once or twice a month, but I'm actually enjoying doing a weekly podcast. I've also got into doing 2 videos or uploads over on the vlog channel. So I've introduced Chit Chat Wednesdays. The first episode was, very well received. Everybody enjoyed it. It was the story of how I moved to the Netherlands, met Lawrence. The second episode, I put wardings all over it, and, not everybody, but a few people have chosen not to watch it because it's a very sensitive topic. But yeah, every Wednesday and Sunday there's a new video over on that channel. And what else have I been up to? Well, it's only a week, so not too much. It was my eldest son Joshua, his birthday last Sunday. His girlfriend Claudia, she lives in the UK. She came over. She's actually just left this morning. She's been here almost a week. We went out for dinner on the Monday evening because Sunday Claudia had booked a really nice hotel for them both. Went into Amsterdam for a night. Monday night we all went out for dinner, the 5 of us. Tuesday I went over to my girlfriend's house. I go away with them every year. This year our girls trip was Budapest, which was fantastic. So we did a little planning for next year's trip. It's going to be in Greece, and I'll tell you more about that on the other channel and nearer the time. Then Thursday, so last night, I went out for dinner with another group of friends to talk about our annual trip. They went to Edinburgh this year together. I didn't go, so I said I will join them next year. So we haven't narrowed that down yet, but we went to an Indian restaurant in the neighbouring town, which is a firm favourite of ours, and I've not been for over a year, so we had a lovely evening. It was a really good catch up because the four of us have not been together for such a long time. So yeah, that was a lovely evening. And then this morning, I've just been finishing off some bits and bobs, which I'm going to talk to you about in a moment. We said goodbye to Claudia. Lawrence dropped her off at the airport. Ironically, we kind of laughed, but it was a little bit of a nervous laugh because Storm Claudia had hit the UK. So anyway, her flight was on time. Well, it was a little bit delayed, but she's landed. She's now back in the UK, and she'll be coming back for New Year. So not too long to wait to see her. So in today's episode, I've got knitty talk, obviously the shawl, but other knitty things. I've got a little bit of crochet. Not so much sewing, because I think last week I told you I'd been making the little English paper piecing hexes. I've made absolutely loads of them now, but I've not had any time to sit and sew because I've just been so busy. Oh yeah, I also went to my studio in the week as well. That's what I did on, I forget what day now. And I spent a lovely day in there pottering around. That's on my vlog channel. If you don't know, if you are new, we have an art centre in Ellesmere. I think there must be between 50 and 70 workshops or studios in that art centre now. It's all artists mainly, and I'm very fortunate to have my own little studio in there. Although the last 12 months have not really been there a lot, but I'm going to remedy that soon because I had a lovely day in there. And yeah, you know, I've got lovely friends there, and they've just said they miss me, come back. And so yeah, that was really nice. I was very tired at the end of it, but I can't really tell you what I was doing in there, but it was, you know, because it wasn't things for me. But anyway, soon, definitely next year, I'm going to be spending more time in there. So I think that's everything I've been up to this week. As I said, the weather's turned. It's fine. It's getting quite cozy. If you do watch my vlog in Sunday's episode, you'll see I've started to get a little bit Christmassy. I've got some Christmas chatter here as well, so sorry, I can hear a few of you go, oh, it's not too much, it's a little smidgen. And I've got loads of incoming to share with you. I've been thoroughly spoiled this week, thoroughly. Right, let's get into it. I have to keep an eye on the time because sometimes my camera plays up, and then if you film much over 30 minutes, I'm looking at the clock, when I download the footage, it's, you know, anyone's guess if it's worked or not. So I just had a call from my phone provider as well, saying that I could renew and get a new phone. I have a 2-year contract, so every 2 years I can just replace my phone if I want. And I've got a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and the only one that I'd be kind of interested in is the S25 Ultra. But to be honest with you, I'm super happy with this, so I think I might just leave it for now. We'll see. Right, let's get into it. Let's do the knitty talk. Let's start with the One Love shawl. Last week I said to you I was holding off on starting Clue 2 until I'd given it a few days to keep an eye on the Ravelry chatter. And it was wise to do that. Not really wise, because if you like to follow a knitting chart, there were problems with the knitting chart. And I did get, you know, I think I've had like 4 or 5 emails now through Ravelry of like, you know, apologies and amendments to the pattern. And I know, I think on her Instagram, she posted, you know, she's just really upset and sorry and everything. And I feel really, really bad for her. I genuinely do. I mean, it's just so horrible. But here's the thing, you know, if something's not ready, if it's not watertight, don't put it out there. Especially somebody with, you know, with such a high, you know, in the knitting world, such a, you know, a high profile knitting designer who is fantastic. I'm not calling her at all. But it's like, well, if you do the math on Ravelry, you can actually see how many projects or downloads or whatever. So I did like a little bit of a conservative look into that, and so I'm really leaning on the very conservative side here. But if we did like a ballpark of that, she'd sold, you know, 3,000 patterns, which is very conservative, and she's selling them for, I think, about almost $4, so let's say $3, you know, only with 2 clues going out, not a full knitting pattern, you know, that's $9,000. So I hope, you know, I hope she's learned a lesson from this, because if I read last week's vlog, there was a few people who got really frustrated and angry with it, and I get it, because when you stand by a designer who has got that much weight in the knitting community and the credibility, and you know, she's got good, you know, clout behind her, it's really disappointing. So I do empathize with her, but I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. It was like, well, of all the people, you kind of should have known better. So yeah, apparently there were problems in the second clue. I mean, we've got another 2 to go. I think we've received clue 3 today, but I've not looked at it. Anyway, that being said, spoiler alert, I'm going to show you mine and just have a little talk with you. I've got some little Christmas end stoppers, Christmas baubles. I think these were from Jeanette, a gift from Jeanette, maybe last Christmas. Jeanette's my friend, Crafty Creations. I'm sure if you watch Jeanette, she talks about me all the time, and I talk about her all the time on our vlogs. And we, you know, if we don't talk all the time, we're apping almost daily, so we're quite hilarious. Yeah, she's one of my best friends, actually. I love her to bits. Right. Here is, spoiler alert, here is my, which way around? Here is my clue to progress. Now, I already said I've kept the ball band, which is a miracle for me. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite range, and it's in colour Tuscany. Now, I did check online, and I don't know if I couldn't see where you could buy this from, so I do apologise. It's 20% Falklands wool, I think it was, and 80% Falkland wool, yeah, and 20% Mulberry silk. Oh my gosh, the silk in it is so soft. I think I'm going to change up the cable for this next clue. These are just my Knit Prosing interchangeables. So this is where we're looking. Obviously, it's curling in on itself because the cables are too short. So this is kind of how it would look. Of course, it's going to need a really big block. So this, from the garter stitch upwards, is what we did for clue 2. So just stretch it out a little bit in the middle so you can see the lace work. It is beautiful. I really do like it, and I'm thrilled to bits with my yarn choice. But yeah, I think maybe you can see, and this is a little tip for you, when I finish with the garter stitch, because you know that's mindless knitting, I put a lifeline in so you can see. I'm hoping it's not because it's red. I just grabbed something nearby and snipped it, so you can see there's like this red thread running through, and I needed it because I did pull back. Nothing to do with the pattern, it was just my concentration. And I think I was talking to Jeanette about this. I think it's because the way the pattern is, not how it's been written, but how it's been put together. On the lace section, I think it needs either to be a little bit wider or broken down on other lines, because you know, one of them, if you lose your count, it's like, oh no. And lace, you know, if you were an experienced knitter, pulling back lace work is the most horrible thing. So there's my little top tip. So let's pull it out, which we can go from this end, and I'm hoping it's not left any red fibres in the wool. It shouldn't have, with it, the silk content, it's quite slippy. So here we go, the lifeline's out and it looks fine. There's no red fibre left in that, or if there is, you can't, it's barely noticeable. So yeah, let's see what clue 3 brings. I'm hoping there was a planning sheet, she said 400 metre is the skein you need, but 420 is better. This is 400 on the nose. They always give you a bit over, and I've got a really short cast on tail. So I'm hoping I've got enough. If I haven't, I don't know what I'm going to do, because that's why I looked online. So I couldn't see if you can buy this Tuscany. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I can mix another yellow. It's just a shawl. It's not a gift for anybody. So yeah, that's clue 2. How are we all getting on? I hope you fared better this week. That's living in my beautiful redesign West Knits bag that Jeanette gifted me for my birthday. I'm thrilled to bits with it. I'm pestering the life out of her to make fabric ones of this for her shop. I'm doing my best, guys. Right, I'm going to pop that on the side. Then the next thing is, oh, I finished. I was almost done, but just to prove that I do finish things, I finished my West Yorkshire spinner Christmas. It was gingerbread. I can't remember what year it was. I've lost count now. So I finished. I've got 2 socks. I've got a pair off the hook, and I'm ready for a new sock cast on because I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm seemed to getting back into my sock knitting, but I fancy, this is just a plain vanilla pattern out of my head. I fancy a pattern. I have got many sock patterns, as you know, if you're a sock knitter you probably have as well, but if you've got any recommendations, nothing too complicated. I like something with just a little bit of a pattern in it. So if there's something that you've really enjoyed, maybe there's a pattern that you've knitted several times and you love it so much, yeah, so I have got some sock yarn in front of me, which I'm going to show you in a minute, but I've got one in my stash that Jeanette gifted me one Christmas. It could have been last year, so I'm thinking of caking that and doing it in that. If I use it, I'll show you. And then the other thing, I was hoping that I would have had it finished, but because I've had such a busy week, well, not finished, but the torso, the body finished, but I haven't. I'm just worried about. I've got some end stoppers. What have I done with them? I might use. No, I should be okay. Actually, just bear with me. All my end stoppers and notions are downstairs next to the sofa. Karen, I'm going to show you some of the lovely birthday gifts that she got me, but she actually she got me some booboo needle stoppers. Of course they're downstairs. I've just swapped these bauble ones over. I just don't want this coming off because now I'm on the ribbon. So this is the right way up. So break for the sleeves, and then it's going to be quite long, I think. I've followed. The advice was go to your favourite sweater and measure, you know, from under the arm. So I did. I don't like a crop sweater. I like one that sits, you know, just low on the hips, not like thigh, but you know. And so I think I calculated that I needed to do 31 centimetres, and then it recommends 8 centimetres for the ribbing. So I think I'm at 5 centimetres now. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'm kind of done with the ribbing at this point. You can see I like to knit on a short. I don't know if that caught on camera. I'll see when I edit. But yeah, my cable just snapped. Hopefully it's caught it. That would be quite funny. See my face when I discovered it. I think I've caught them all. I mean, I've got loads of these cables. This, where I don't even know where it is now. The broken one. Oh, here. Yeah, look. I just put an end stopper in it and then fed it through on a new cable. that's happened to me with Knit Pro a few times, you know. I think I always knit my socks on Chai-Goo, the red lace, not the interchangeable ones. I'm thinking maybe it's time Father Christmas Santa brought me a set of Chai-Goo, because yeah, I mean it's fine. I've got, as I said, I've got loads of needles and cables, and you know, I can get them readily enough. But yeah, that I mean, I do know that's a very short cable to be knitting in the round, but yeah, anyway, well, there you go, rest in peace cable. Yeah, I think what I'll do, because I already, that was the beginning of the round, because I always before I start a new round, I always move the stitch marker over, knit one, and then stop. I never like finish mid round, so I know that is the beginning of the round, which is fine. But I think what I was saying to you is I don't know how. I think the pattern calls for 8 centimeters, and this is about 5, so I need to figure out when I'm going to stop. I think what I'm going to do when I go downstairs is just sit quietly and pull back one row to make sure I've got them all. If this had happened to me a couple of years ago, I'd have been freaking out. There's my stitch marker. But yeah, I mean, I've frogged that many things now. Cold coffee. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to with the ranunculus. I think by this evening I'll be finished with the ribbing, and I'll get that cast off, and then I'll do the sleeves. I've gone for the long sleeve pattern, but I'm not going to do them. Well, I don't think I'm going to do them full. I might do I like 3/4 length, but I'm going to do that like magic loop style. So I'll just put half the stitches on 2 needles, like as if I was knitting a sock. So we'll see. But yeah, I have really enjoyed knitting this. Thrilled to bits that. In case it's your first time stopping by, this is the new colourway from West Yorkshire Spinners. It's on their signature 4-ply sparkle base, and it's called Mulled Wine. And as mentioned earlier, it was my birthday, and I ended up receiving 5 balls of my mum and my sister for my birthday. So I think 2 balls. It's a 2-ball job for the whole sweater easily. And then I've got enough for a pair of socks, and I might knit something else matching. But anyway, I'm going to put that down now before I do any more damage. Right. Oof. Where are we up to? Let's put all my knitting stuff away before I lose things. Let's do that rather. My craft room is in a right pigsty. I usually do a big clean up on a Friday, but I'm not really feeling it at the moment. Oh gosh, I can't see. Right, I'm just going to shove that in my bag till later, and then we'll crack on, because I think that was all the knitting stuff. Why can't I close that? Yeah, I think that was all the knitting stuff that I had to show you. Yeah, it was. So I'm just going to pop that away, just to give myself a little bit of space. I'll put that on the floor. Right, crochet. I haven't done any crochet. I haven't cast on my Christmas crochet pumpkin. However, I'm going to show you a project. I brought it upstairs to show you, because okay, I wanted to find the book that it's from, and I was crocheting this last year, and I didn't finish it, and I got the flu and yada yada yada. But I really need to finish. Well, one of them was finished, but I need to finish the second one. So, oh, there's my hook. This is in a lovely Christmas bag by my friend Jeanette, with snowmen on it and little gold dotty things, something in there. So this is what I finished last year. Can you read its name tag? This is Jeanette. And I decided, some of you will remember, from this book that I bought from Amazon, Christmas Crochet Books Patterns, Amigurumi. It was very inexpensive. It's okay. It feels a bit cheap, but the amigurumi in it is they're beautiful. So I decided to knit. Where would they be? Stuff on me. Should have marked the pattern. I really fancy making this one, Alice the doll. Isn't that gorgeous? So nice. yeah, I've really neglected my my crochet. Oh, it's just beautiful. If you can get hold of this book, I really recommend it. And the pattern that I did was very well made. Here it is. So that's Jeanette, kind of, but I modified her a bit. I didn't put her pointy ears on. And Tim, that's Tim, kindly, Jeanette's husband, made when they heard I was calling them Jeanette and Tim, made a little name badge, and I can't find Tim anywhere. I don't know what on earth I've done with him, but anyway, this is as far as I got with Tim. So I'm going to finish Tim, and I'm sure I've got a jingle bell for Tim somewhere. And yeah, I have no idea. These name badges are so teeny weeny. I put it somewhere safe and it's just poof, disappeared. Jeanette, if you're watching, Tim's lost his badge. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that because you know, getting into Christmas, I've hardly got any to do on it. I think it was just so busy, and then I wasn't feeling well. So I'm going to put this is to come back downstairs with me. So that's what I need to cast on my Christmas crochet pumpkin and finish Tim off. And yeah, then I'll be back on track. And what else? I'll get my ranunculus off the needles. That won't take me long now. Sleeves won't take long. And then I'm only busy with the MKAL in terms of, you know, what's going on in real time. So I told you I hadn't done anything I hadn't been sewing my hexes on, but I've got something really fun with sewing at the moment. I think that's all the crafty things I've been busy with. As I said, it's only a week ago, and I have been busy with live stuff. But oh my gosh, I've got loads of incoming. I haven't got time to show you everything because we'd be here, you know, another hour. But let's start. I've just made a pile, so there's no sort of oh gosh, where can I put that? I'm running out of space. There's no pop him there. Full. There's no kind of rhyme or reason to it, but I'll just, as I'm grabbing things. As I said, Claudia, Joshua's girlfriend, came, and she was really sweet because she knows I like crafting, and she brought me the latest version of Simply Crochet. And I have Readly, so I have read it, but I love getting a real magazine. And I do keep them, and you know, and I like to look at the patterns in them, and they don't get the free gifts with Readly. This isn't my thing, but I love it. And it's a 2026 calendar, and it's the Crochet Monster calendar. It's got all these little monsters in it. I think they're Rikarumi. So you could do like a little crochet along, and then each month, Helen Gargle Rump. The beach is fun until it's not. Helen is a little grumpy after spending too long in the sun without reapplying sun cream. Oh dear, Helen. Poor Helen, at least her ice cream takes her mind off the pain. Look, she's got some red patches. So that's the July monster. And so it gives you, it's got the picture and then a little sort of backstory, and then the month. And then when you go to the back of the calendar, you get all the patterns in it to make each monster. They are super cute. They're not my cup of tea, but I can imagine, you know, there's some of you out there would love that. So I can recommend that. Simply Crochet. This is, what edition is it? Doesn't say. Oh my gosh, I can't see it. Anyway, that's the front cover. So if you want some free, really cute amigurumi patterns and a calendar and a nice magazine, thank you, Claudia. That was very well received. Super, super happy with that. Where can I put it? I'm running out of space. Oh my gosh. And then in my vlog, I talked about Vlogmas. There's a couple of things crafty related that I'm going to do with you all, but I thought I'd show you on the podcast. I bought this candle making kit. So you get the snowflake and the Christmas tree. And I don't think I'll use the dye. It's like powdered dye that's in it. And it's just to plastic forms. I got this from like a budget store in the Netherlands called Action. So this is, you pour, it's not even soy wax, it's paraffin and soy. But it's just for a bit of fun to do on one of the daily vlogs. You get a Christmas tree and a snowflake. So you just melt your wax, there's no scent in this. I've got loads of essential oils. Pour it in, let it set, and then there's like a little tool. So you demold it. There's a little tool, and then you have to poke the tool through the candle and then stick the wick in. So that's a little crafty kit and it was really inexpensive. I think it was like €4. So I know that the Action, these are by Crafts & Co. I know that there are places in the UK and probably other countries, definitely in mainland Europe, that you can get this Crafts & Co. Brand. And I've had loads of kits from the Action. They're really good, you know. They're not the best quality, but, you know, I mean, these are really nice activities to do with your kids or your grandkids. Obviously, just be careful with hot wax. But, you know, you put scent, like peppermint. You know, you could put food colouring in them. I've got mica powders, like metallic. So, you know, you could make them really nice. And these would make great stocking fillers for crafters or gifts. So I'm going to do that at Vlogmas. Pop that there. That's another incoming. And then some of the gifts from Karen, not all of them. Oh no, this is one other thing. I thought I'd show you this. I got this from my local garden centre yesterday. They've got the Christmas market. I'm going to go and film in there for Vlogmas. But I was driving past and just popped in. And then they've got a whole section for doing your own Christmas decorations and wreaths and stuff. And then in the haberdashery section, they had this beautiful like tassel trim. Isn't that, I tell you what, that shine on the camera, it's really that shiny, but it's like an antique gold. So it's 3 meters of that. I think it was €3. So I thought, well, that's not for Christmas now, that's my haberdashery stash. But I'm tempted to get, I think they had like a silver or pewter colour. I'm tempted to get more of that. Like, this would be nice, like to trim a lampshade or to trim a cushion, or there's loads of stuff you can do with that. Like doll's clothes, you know, if you knit it like little, you know, toy clothing, you could put a little trim on it, Christmassy trim, or just a little idea for you. And then some of the things from Karen. So as I mentioned, I was looking at some wool. Karen very kindly, she's such a sweetheart, she thoroughly spoilt me. Her and Jeanette are very naughty. She bought me this another West Yorkshire Spinners signature sparkle on the 4-ply, and this is 35% Blueface Leicester. It's part of the wool content, and I'm not sure what year this was from. This is in the, don't know if the camera's picking it up, the shade Yuletide. I've actually had this, sorry that noise, hope you can hear me, and I knitted a pair of socks from it. Now I only use, oh, I haven't got it, oh no, I only use 60 grams, if that, of a ball of wool to knit socks for myself. And I always have these, like, you know, partial balls of wool that I can't bear to part with, but what do I do with them? So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I've got this, and I'm thinking a nice like cowl or hat or a shawl even would be nice in this. So I'm chuffed to bits with that. Even though it was like a duplicate, I'm like, wow, super happy, thrilled to bits. And then this was a shade from Yarndale, shed a few years ago. Oh my gosh, it is stunning. This isn't the sparkle base. Isn't that beautiful? And it's called Brenda. I think that was the name of the sheep that year. If you've never, I've only been to Yarndale once. It wasn't a thing when I lived in the UK, or if it was, I didn't know about it. I wasn't really like a big knitter or crocheter then. I could, but I didn't. I think cross stitch was my main thing. Anyway, each year they have a sheep, which is like the sheep of that year, and apparently in years gone by, maybe one of the committee members of Yarndale worked with West Yorkshire Spinners, and then they had a special colourway made of the sheep to sell at Yarndale. Apparently, I don't know if it was there when I went there. That was 2023. Or maybe it was and I just didn't twig. Or maybe it had stopped that year. But anyway, Karen gifted me a ball of that. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. I'm thrilled to bits with it. I think that was a bit blurry. So yeah, I mean, she got me like loads of chocolates and little goodie bits, and oh, the chocolates have stayed in my craft room. Don't tell Lawrence. But she actually bought Lawrence some licorice, which he's already scoffed. And then, oh my god, how cute is this? This teeny weeny little basket. And in the little basket, I'll show you there in a second, was a little tiny ball of wool. I think she said she bought this at the Blackpool yarn show or the winter yarn show by something unicorn, I think she said it, shade bubblegum. And bless her, she even crocheted me a little granny square for my mouse house or my doll house or something, or one of my amigurumis, maybe a nice little lap blanket for Luna. Isn't that, I think she said, was it Blackpool Rock? It was in this super cute little basket. I mean, how cute is that? Actually, you know what? That would look nice with some dried flowers in it. Anyway, I'm thrilled to bits today. It's just adorable. It's like so dinky. And then she had some personalised stuff made for me. Now, she had some bookmarks made for me, which are in my bedroom already. But she had, one of Karen's daughters, Laura, I know Laura, I've met her, we had a weekend away, we went to Yarndale, she's a darling. And then she's got another daughter, Elizabeth, who I've never met, but Elizabeth is also crafty, and Elizabeth's just started her own company. It's called Personalise It Gift Company, and I'm going to put a link below to her Instagram. So she had Elizabeth make some personalised stuff for me. One of them, if you watch my vlogs, you'll know both Jeanette and I are Labubu obsessed. So she had this little tote bag made with Labubus on it and my name on it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And she got me some Labubu needle stoppers. They're just hilarious. They're downstairs. And then she had the bookmarks made, but then it's these gorgeous key rings. And it kind of put it, yeah, I'll put it. But I think I might keep these on project bags just because they're so pretty. So she had this made for me, the Woven Almanac with my bee on it. Isn't that beautiful? And then she also, Elizabeth made, oh, this is so thoughtful, a windmill keychain. Isn't that lovely? But I think I am going to put them on, I think I'm going to put them on my project bags. So I like danglies on my project bags. And I have got a bee bag, actually, that I think Jeanette made for me. And I've got a tulip bag somewhere, so I might put them on that. I mean, we all like to accessorise our stuff, don't we? Aren't they lovely? I do need a new keychain for my bike key, but it would get trashed if I put it on there. So anyway, if you want personalised Christmas stuff, birthday things, anything, go and reach out to Elizabeth if you're on Instagram. She does everything. Right. One and a bit kind of thing. So talking about the sewing, bless her, Karen, she knows I like English paper piecing and hand stitching and quilting. So she's got me this pattern. It's beautiful. It's by Alice Caroline England, who I've never heard of before. And it's called Honey House Cushion. And it's the pattern and the instructions. And skill level, she's got 4. And this is a 1.5 out of 4. So I hope the ring light's not interfering. But that's the bee. How stunning is that? I said to Karen, do you think I could make that? And she went, oh yeah, definitely. And I trust Karen. She'd tell you, well, she'd tell me, she would say, oh, might be a bit difficult. Or she said, no, you can do that. And then, look at all this that she got me. I'm like blown away. It's stunning. She got me a massive bunch of fat quarters to make the bee. And other things. I mean, this is way too much fabric to do that. So, I mean, this is like, oh, I can make loads of stuff with that. Isn't it all beautiful? Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And they're all by a company called Doughties. I don't know if you... But it's very, like, this is a little bit like Moda. And then, very, like, Liberty-esque. Tilda kind of vibe. Probably a bit cheaper than Tilda and Liberty, because frankly I don't buy that stuff. It's really expensive, but this is just as nice, if not nicer, and the quality of it. So I'm definitely going to check them out. Daughters, I mean, they've got fantastic stuff. Just all the fabric is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Oh, look at that colour. I mean, you know I like a green. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's like a background of an oil painting. So yeah, anyway, there was loads of stuff from Karen. She really, both her and Jeanette really just ruined me for my birthday. And it wasn't even a special one. I'm very grateful that I had a birthday. Not everybody is fortunate enough to, you know, have birthdays, do they? So I'm grateful that I am 54, but it wasn't like a big one. So they're just, honestly, they're just fabulous, my friends. So I think that's everything. I don't know how long this podcast is, and you know, I've got to see if we caught the moment of when my cable snapped. Yeah, and then I'm going to edit everything, get it uploaded, and then I'm going to go and check clue 3 of this shawl, and let's hope there's no mistakes. I'm going to follow what I did last time and hold off for a few days. It seems to be the best way forward. I mean, you would have thought after the first fiasco with the mistakes in the first pattern that she'd have been on it with a fine tooth comb, but clearly not. Anyway, it only affected the knitted chart pattern, and I don't knit off charts unless it's colour work. So for me, it was fine, but it did. I was a little bit doubtful, so I did hold off, you know. But anyway, it was really quick. It was a very quick knit. I mean, I did the garter stitch one evening, and I did actually I did the lace yesterday afternoon because I'd frogged it. So I did the lace, and then I finished the very last row of the lace this morning, and it worked up super quick once you get in the rhythm of it. But yeah, anyway, right, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed spending a bit of time with me. As I said, over on my other channel there's weekly vlogs, so if you're watching this in real time on Friday, Sunday morning in Central European time, there'll be a weekly podcast vlog, sorry, which is about an hour long this time. I had a lot to waffle about. There is a chit chat Wednesday, but it is a very sensitive topic, so if you don't want to watch it, it's totally fine. Hopefully next week won't be as heavy. We'll see. I'm still milling over the topic for that. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Take care. Stay safe. If you're watching this on Friday, hope you have a great weekend. And if you're watching this in the future, I hope you're all well. And I will be back again, fingers crossed, next Friday with another review of how the pattern's going and anything else I've been busy crafting with. Take care. Stay safe. See you in the next video. Bye for now.